Right, hello everybody, welcome to another video. This is the Toyota GR Racing Championship and the Toyota GR Gazoo race at Fuji Speedway. We qualified second, which was only about 0.03 off pole, and then fairly big field spread, but managed to get that lap in without a slipstream, so that worked well for us. Racing the on the medium tyre, medium and hard tyre required. So I started on the medium as we were near the front, and yeah, I think we were doing okay so far. The guy in front was also on the mediums, and sort of stuck with him and see how we got on. Made us try and stay out of trouble at the first corner, which we managed to do. That was the first thing, get off the line, because it was a standing start race as well, as you saw. So it looks like there's a bit of chaos and carnage behind. Just have a look at what's going on with these boys. Oh yeah, so guy in third place then started on hard, so he was obviously hoping to be quicker at the end of the race. And guy mediums there, so there's a bit of a mixed bag. Back through into the top 10, hards and mediums. And lots of bumping and boring. The best thing to do with these cars is to get out of the way. Slipstream is quite good on these cars, although they're not particularly fast, but it does help a little bit down the straights and stuff if you can sit in the slipstream, and helps with tyre wear if you're sitting in the slipstream with someone else. So by this point I kind of worked out that we were watching the times to the guy in third, we were at least keeping them static and pulling away a little bit, and it looks like he's got a penalty as well coming up, which he'll have to take here. So he'll get half a second for that, so his mate will overtake him. So then the Hart guy was in third, but we were okay. We were a couple of seconds ahead up the road, and keeping Anno, should we call him, honest at the start of the race. So as you can see now, the medium runners making their way to the front of the following pack behind me and Anu at the top, at the front of the race. It's only the guy in fifth is the first guy on hards, and medium, and then another hard in 8th place at the moment. Penalties, so they'll be dropping back anyway. That half second makes a lot of difference on the start straight, because so there's a long drag down to the first corner, and half a second off these little things. Not a lot of power or straight line speed. There's a long slog again. So looks like it's a good battle going on for third, fourth, fifth. He's trying to break the toe. Of course, all this battling is helping me and Anu out quite a bit, as you can see further up the road. Where there's a bit of a collision as well. Yes. Oh, brilliant! There we go. So what are we up to now? So the guy in third's got 2-second penalties. So this is all working out brilliantly for us at the moment. It's all leaving me and Anu just to carry and concentrate with our own race. You can see there's a decent gap already appearing. So as this was happening and we had a decent gap, I thought I'll follow Anu. He's got good pace. We were still pulling away from the guys in front, and like I say, it's I was comfortable behind him, wasn't pushing too hard, and we knew that we still had to make pit stops, so lots of things could play out towards the end of the race. So that's where we sat. As we were saying about slipstream being fairly important on this long straight, I got nice and close to Anu at this point, and I thought, well, there was no point overtaking him because we were pretty much equal on pace, and I didn't want him to get drawn into a battle with me because that will slow us both down. So I just sat in his slipstream, and in the end, gave him a little nudge, kept our top speed up, and just rub along the bumper there, and that was nice, and that kept us way out ahead of the other guys. As you can see at lap 4, his left front is starting to wear a little bit. He might be running a bit less rear brake bias. I ran my brake bias all the way to the rear. That does help with front tyre wear, especially in these are four-wheel drive cars, and yeah, they do wear the front tyres quite a bit. There's lots of drag through the corner, so it was keeping the pace nice and clean, and let him use his tyres up for a while. I could see then by this time I was easily making it easy. I was easier staying with him, so I figured he might be wearing a little bit more tyre, and being out front is not always as easy to keep the tyres as fresh for some reason. It's the way Gran Turismo works with the slipstream. So again, we're bumping them along. Got off the last corner well, and 4 laps in, I didn't have any intention of pitting really for quite a while. I was happy with my tyre wear. Yeah, my tyre wear is a good 10-15% better than his. Just all about being smooth at the front. Don't push the front too hard, because that left front does take a hammering round here. And, as much as you can, look after the tyres. About at this point, I thought the pace, although we were still pulling away from the other guys, I felt my pace was getting significantly faster than his now. He was sort of feeling it a bit, and he was making a few more mistakes. So the next opportunity I had, I thought I'll take the risk, take the plunge, to go for the position. Nice safe place to do it, and see what he does afterwards. I think it might have been started to go wide at a few corners. Was it this lap or the next lap? Here, and I thought, okay, I'll go for the move now. Didn't fight it. I guess he thought he was going to sit behind me, not realising where his tyre wear was in relation to mine. So I thought, okay, well, he'll pull up to me and start bump drafting along. But he pitted. His mediums didn't last very well at all, so that was it. He'd come out of the frame, he'd have to go onto the hard tyres, and let's see where he comes out. And as I suspected, such an early pit stop, as he got through his tyres so quickly, put him right back in the field. And he's got to get all the way back through traffic on hard tyres, and probably with guys in front of him on better tyres. So whether it was going to work out for him or not, we're not sure yet. So this first of the medium runners in second place. I think I was about 10 seconds. No, it wasn't quite that far. I can't remember. It might have been about 10 seconds in front by this point from these guys. Not knowing what strategy they were on, that would have made sense that some of these guys would have been on the hards, but they all seem to be getting through their mediums quite quickly. Quite chomping through them. So the first guy on the hards is this guy, Cyclo, and the Schumacher guy. Penalty there. So I'm guessing these guys are all going to pit fairly soon. He'll certainly have to pit fairly soon. He went off there, didn't he? So again, so no one's pitting at the moment by the looks of things, and one or two. Oh, they all pit. Okay. So they're all in mediums, which surprised me so early in the race. So while all these were cycling through, obviously this Anu guy was still 16th, but he must have been up to 11th now. So all the guys pitting in front of him, he's starting to come back into the picture a bit. So we're going to see how our tyres are doing. So nice and clean still. I was going to pit sort of lap 8 or 9. I thought that's what most other people would be doing as well, to be honest, but it didn't appear to be the case. So at this point, we're got a 10-second lead. So it was a case of just being out there now, waiting for everyone else to pit, because the last thing you want to do is come out in their traffic, as it were, especially if they're battling quite hard, which they seem to be. So I was just watching my timing and waiting for everyone else to pit and deciding when to pit. I've had enough time, I thought, as in to do the overcut a little bit and let everybody else pit and then pit after them. So we'll just skip forward a bit now, because I think that was a couple of laps before I decided to pit. So here we go, pit stop time then. And I watched the guys behind me, and I was hoping and praying that they pitted as well. It seemed like about the right time that they would pit also, and I think as it happened, they did as well. But they were on the hard, so I knew they'd be quicker than us at the end, because they're going to go on to mediums, but we had a good 10-15 second lead over those, I think. And then we came out, as it turned out, 1.8 seconds ahead of Anu. And brand new fresh hards, although they do take a lap or two to warm up, and his were switched on a bit, so I was watching the gap and it was 1.8 seconds, and by about halfway round the lap, sort of here time, the gap was stable at 1.8, so I thought, okay, the tyres are now starting to come in. The next guy was on hard behind Anu, was on Schumacher. So the medium runners were all still battling away, and they were a long way behind us by this time. You have a look at the times now, 1.7 seconds to Anu, and then 7 seconds again back to third on the hards. So we're good at 8-second safety net. And it was okay after that, I believe. The next thing to do was, by this time the tyres had just started to switch on a bit, started to feel a bit of confidence with them, knew when the braking points were, and as long as we kept Anu pretty much at arm's length, we thought we'd be okay. see the gap's getting nice and wide looking at the track map there, so by the time lap 11 came round, we were pretty happy that we're going to be okay to the end of the race. So coming on to the last lap. Good consistent times through the race. Nice 5-second lead over P2, 6.1 as he crossed the line. So yeah, all good. Nice straightforward race for once. Everything worked out. Knew I had to start in the mediums as we were at the front of the race, front of the grid, and looked after tyres. No battling, no penalties, straightforward race. Nice straightforward race. I'll say it again, because I don't get many of these. Excellent. Right, thanks for watching. See you again on the next one.